Something tragic happened over the weekend in Edo State, in Uremi. A very barbaric act, but what many have failed to see are the real people behind this horrific event.
Them, at times they even set them ablaze. Me in particular, I paid ransom 3 times to Fulani herdsmen. Me as John Ojo Fuzea, I no longer want Fulani in my forest.
Sadly, the real killers are known people, but everybody is afraid to call them out. And I think we must call a spade if we must grow as a country. So before we start this video, let me make this clear. If you are not ready to hear the truth, then this video is not for you. But if you are here and you know without sentiment, prejudice or bias, you are ready to objectively listen and see the facts, let us look at what happened and who is really behind this barbaric act. On March 27, 2025, a gruesome incident unfolded in Uremi, Edo State, one that has left the nation questioning the thin line between justice and jungle law. 25 Muslim men, reportedly hunters from Kano State, were intercepted while traveling back home from Rivers State for the Ramadan festivals. What followed was a shocking act of mob violence that claimed 16 lives, leaving the country grappling with critical questions. Who were these men? Were they really coming from Rivers State? And was this case a mistaken identity? Or were they truly criminals operating under the guise of hunters? Why no one is ready to ask the important questions due to the delicate nature of this incident? We here are going to do justice to this case and explore every angle possible. These men, mostly Hausa, had been in Rivers State for an undisclosed period of time, reportedly for hunting. On the day of their fateful journey, they boarded a Dangote cement truck heading to the north. Of course, this is a common cost-effective travel method for many northern migrants. They mostly don't pay when they hop on trucks like this. However, upon reaching Uremi around 1:30 p.m., the truck was stopped by Edo State vigilantes and security operatives for a routine search. What the search uncovered became the catalyst for chaos. These Hausa men who claimed they were hunters had with them locally made guns, axes and cutlasses, tools they said they used for hunting. But in a region plagued with rampant kidnappings, the presence of weapons immediately raised alarm. The vigilantes were not buying their story. According to them, why would hunters travel over 600 kilometers from Kano to Rivers State to hunt? Why? When it is known that Kano and its neighboring states had forests of their own, forests even bigger than the ones in the south. This doubt and skepticism turned fatal when the locals and vigilante were already on edge due to the recent kidnappings and killings by unsuspected Fulani herdsmen. They quickly reacted violently. Within a split second, a mob descended upon the men, dragging 16 of them away. What followed was brutal and unspeakable, to say the least. Many were burned alive, while the rest were killed in the most horrific act of jungle justice. News of the killing spread like wildfire, triggering protests from the northern community in Uremi. The social media of this country went agog, and all important northern figures didn't waste any time. They jumped into this trend and spoke their mind and condemned this barbaric act. And of course, some of them were now scared for a reprisal attack. So community leaders called for an emergency peace meeting, while the Edo State governor and even the president swiftly intervened. Authorities have assured that justice will be served. And as I'm talking to you right now, 10 suspects have been arrested. But would this arrest truly uncover the full truth, or were they just a symbolic gesture to quell tensions? Now, let's look at the facts no one is ready to talk about. Who were these men? This case raises disturbing questions. Were these men truly hunters, or was there more to their story? As far as we are concerned, there was no concrete proof that those men were coming from Rivers State as they claimed, so they could have joined or entered that truck from anywhere. Secondly, the route taken from Rivers State to Kano doesn't have Uremi in it. You can check this map. Except the driver wanted to take a different route for reasons best known to him. Also, it was said that the guns, machete and other weapons they had on them were hidden in a jerry can tied with a red cloth. Now the question is, why did they hide the gun? Because according to them, the firearm they possessed were all licensed. But sadly, they couldn't provide any license whatsoever when they were questioned. Isn't it strange that in the midst of insecurity in this country, some group of people will be traveling from one place to another with something as sensitive as a firearm without any license? This, of course, raises an eyebrow. Secondly, another fact that raises eyebrow. This is the first time, personally, I'm hearing about or hearing the word Hausa hunters. Where are they hunting from? Is it Edo or Port Harcourt? Because I don't really understand why a northerner would travel 600 kilometers from the north to the south to hunt meat when they have forests around them. This doesn't make sense, to be honest. Now, let's watch this video. From the look of things, it is obvious that the people of this village were already fed up with the activities of the Fulani herdsmen, from their cows eating up their crops to kidnapping and murders. Hence the reason for their anger. But if we also want to be honest, the guns that they saw on these men did not look like the ones the Fulani herdsmen carried. We are very, very certain that the Fulani herdsmen carried assault rifles like AK-47, and this that we are seeing here doesn't look like AK-47. However, many persons have come out to say that they have been kidnapped by men with locally made guns. Moving forward, something also happened that we need to ask ourselves if we just killed innocent people. If these guys were criminals, why didn't they resist the mob attack? Most armed kidnappers would have fought back, but these ones didn't fight back. They kept telling the people they were innocent. They didn't fight back. So it is very, very possible that these guys were a product and victims of ethnic profiling. Lastly, there are those who think that this could be a politically motivated incident. If you remember, the attack came just weeks after the Edo state government demolished a known kidnappers den in Uremi. And there are rumors that suggest that the past government have been looking for every way to discredit this present government. And since the present government are in the same party with the federal government, it is only normal that crises like this are sponsored to discredit the ruling party. But here is our take. Truth seekers, it is the failure of leadership that has made people feel jungle justice is the only way to get justice in this country. On many occasions, when local vigilantes apprehend kidnappers and herdsmen and taken to authorities, they are often released within days, making the people lose faith in the justice system of the country. Hence, why they have decided to take laws into their hands. On various occasions, not just in Edo State, only this year, there have been several incidents and complaints of people being attacked by herdsmen. But sadly, the government didn't do anything or act in faith to assure the people of their safety. And even in Uremi, this is the first time the governor has visited over the cases of insecurity and constant complaints. Why do our government do this medicine after death approach every time? It is obvious they are gaining from the chaos, because if not, they know what to do. If you also remember vividly, when Deborah was lynched publicly, nobody said anything about it. The government did not do anything. And guess what? That gave precedence for people to take matters into their hands. No matter the crime, jungle justice should never be encouraged. It is very possible that these men were innocent, but the government failed them. Sadly, this particular incident has prompted some people to make ethnic statements of reprisal attacks and revenge. While we call for calm, we urge the government to act swiftly and bring the perpetrators to book. But most importantly, the government must ensure that security concerns are attended to swiftly. We are tired of this fire service approach after the deed has been done. One thing is clear, the events of that fateful day in Uremi have left scars that will not heal easily. Until the truth is uncovered, Nigeria remains a country where fear dictates justice and where one wrong move could mean the difference between life and death. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you've not done so. Until then, stay vigilant, stay safe. This is Truth Uncovered Africa.